this is Claudia here from the Bookkeeping Experts. I am back for more as I promised. And we are going to talk about all the changes that's going on with QuickBooks. You probably logged in today and thought, wow, what is going on? AI is happening and everything is changing. We're also going to talk about custom fields. Since tags is going away, we're going to show you how it works and how you can use to be able to get the information you need for your business. We look forward to share with you this information. So without much further ado, we're going to go straight into QuickBooks Online. Okay, there it is. Okay, so if you notice about changes, you click on transaction and bank transaction, and right off the bat, it's going to tell you that a lot has happened and that now we have AI helping you categorize all the transactions. Okay, bottom line here is AI is going to learn how you categorize each transaction, but you still have to take a look at what is going on here. So, for instance, we are showing here that all the deposit, mobile deposit are owner's investment, and that's not necessarily true. That could be sales, that could be anything, right? So, if you don't take a look at this, you may actually be categorizing those transactions incorrectly. Of course, as you categorize over and over again, AI is going to remember that and is going to suggest you next time. However, you don't have to accept it. You can go ahead, match the categorization if it is correct, or click on categorize and go ahead and categorize whatever way you want it to. Keep in mind, if it is sales and if it is sitting on undeposited funds, you can go ahead and click on the plus new bank deposit, record the deposit, and click on match over here. So if you click on match over here, it's going to try to find a deposit, or it's going to, or you can just categorize as sales, right? So this is all credit card payments, so it's not it. So in this case, let's suppose that there is no invoice. So what you're going to do is just click on categorize and categorize it the way it's meant to be categorized. So we're going to click on categorize here. And I can select right from here sales. And voila, it is done. And you can just go ahead and click on post. So keep in mind that before you would just click on add. Now it's post, okay? So you're gonna click here and post it. Voila. So a few changes here, but the basics remain the same, okay? What else changed? All right, if you click on client overview, you'll see that the client overview changed a little bit, but not much, so it's pretty much the same. Or the books review is for accountants, so it remains the same. Now the dashboard is what changed the most. So this is kind of trying to imitate what happens in desktop, some of it, not all of it. So we got the get paid online, the create invoice right from the dashboard, record expense, add bank deposit, and create check. This add bank deposit is the same thing as the plus new and bank deposit here. So it will take you to undeposited funds, and then you record the deposit and you match it in the bank feed. Okay, so kind of the same thing, but instead of add, like you saw, the language changed a little bit, right? So just a little bit. So and now you're gonna go ahead and click on post. You can still split if you click on the arrow here, and you can create a rule right from here. You can also expand it if you double click on the transaction, and you can add memo or click on the transaction type if it is a credit card transfer or credit card credit transfer or credit card payment. So a few more items that you can add here. So bottom line, everything remains the same, but there is a few changes on the outlook here. Okay, so now we're going to go into the big change for those of you who use tags and are wondering what's going to happen with custom fields and how do you use that. So there's a few things to know is that custom field is not unlimited. If you have simple start, you only have one custom field. If you have if you have essentials and plus, you have more options, and you have 48 custom fields in advance. So, for those of you who want more options, you may want to upgrade, and that's what QuickBooks I think wants you to do to upgrade. Okay. All right. So let's talk about how to get there. You want to click on the gear icon on the top right hand side, and then you can go ahead and click on custom field right over here, and we're gonna add a field. Remember, this is just a simple account, and I have created a simple start, so it only have one custom field, but you can have up to 100 options. So you can name this as whatever you want to track, but you can sales crew or staff. Okay. Select type. I want the drop down list, not the text and number. You can put text and number, but I like the drop down list, and you can have, like I said, you can have up to 100. So you can add your sales staff. I'm gonna add Mickey Mouse. I'm in Orlando, so gotta have Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck. Let's have the girls, Minnie. Yep, Minnie Mouse. And how about Daisy? Okay, so I have four. The type is going to be transactions. And I want to apply on sales receipt, invoice, and estimate. You can also apply to credit memo, refund receipt if you want to track that as well. And expense or bill and check if you want to if you want to check all that. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and click on save, and you can change it. If you want to go ahead and change it, you're going to go ahead and click on edit, and you can add more items here or change the salespeople. If you want to create something else, you can make it active so you can have space to create something else that works best for you. All right, so that's how it works. Now, let's see how it works on a sales receipt. I'm going to do the sales receipt because invoice, when you create an invoice, you have a whole workflow, right? You have to create the invoice, you send the customer the invoice, they make the payment, and you record the payment. Unless you have QuickBooks payment, then it records the payment and the deposit for you. You just match it in bank feed. But if not, and you already made the sale, you probably want to create a sales receipt. Now, keep in mind, you do not want to create any sales receipt or invoice if you have third app integration and those transactions are already coming through. If not, you're going to duplicate everything, right? Keep that in mind because that's one of the most common thing that I have people contacting me and asking for help. So, all right, so we're going to do let's see, online consultation, and we're going to do 5,000 here. And of course, I want to track my sales staff crew. I'm going to put Mickey Mouse here. I'm going to save a new. And I'm going to select the customer. Yeah. And now I'm going to go ahead and select Donald. Duck Donald. And I'm going to do the same thing. Okay, save a new. And another customer. And I'm going to select the same thing. Oh, you know what? Let's say that $8,000, and it's Minnie Mouse. She is the best salesperson. And of course, I'm going to select something for Daisy. Girls are going to rock here. And I'm just going to put sales. I'm going to put 7,000. Okay. All right, so I created those sales receipts. Now, I can record the deposit. I don't want this one. I want just this one. And I'm saying that it's going to the Chase Bank, and I'm going to deposit 24,000. Keep in mind that this needs to match whatever happens in the bank feed. So if all is going to be deposited at the same time, then you select all of them. If not, then you select whatever is included. Okay, so you need to have an exact match to reflect whatever happened in the bank. So we're going to save and close, but this, I'm going to assume that it has been deposited together. And let's assume that on the bank feed, I have 24,000, which I don't because this is just a sample account. But let's suppose that this is $24,000. I'll click on match here and I'll see that deposit, and then I would select and it would say zero balance, and voila, okay? But that's not the case. So we're just gonna make believe that's what we did. Okay. So now, what kind of reports can I see the custom fields? Unfortunately, none of the standards report have custom fields. Kind of a bummer, right? So the only thing that you'll be able is sales by customer type detail. And you can go ahead and click on filter. And you're going to scroll down, sales staff, and then I'm going to select whoever I want to see. I can see Daisy. It's going to show her sales. And I can select the other ones as well and see whoever's made the most sales, okay? All right, so that's how it works. Just I know that there's a lot lacking on custom fields, and that's probably why QuickBooks haven't unplugged tags yet, because this is not quite ready, especially in regards to reports. There's not enough reports that can, make it as useful as was tags. You had all kinds of reports and tags, and unfortunately, this one you don't, except for the sales by customer type detail. We don't have the profit and loss. We don't have any of that. So you still have profit and loss by tag group, but we don't have profit and loss by custom field. So maybe that's something we should write down below and maybe take it to QuickBooks. Hey, we are okay with custom fields, but we need the reports to have that. We need the profit and loss at least to have that, so we can track better whatever information you're tracking. Okay, that's it. So I'm gonna go back here. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Told you I would be back. All right, so hopefully this content is useful to you. I told you I would stay up to date, and I've been studying and going through and experiencing the new setup. And some things I like, some things I'm still getting used to, and I'm sure it's the same thing with you. And hopefully this answers some of your questions. If you have any further questions, write down below. We're going to research that. We're going to bring it to you. That's our promise. We do our best to stay up to date with QuickBooks so that we can share with you what we've learned. It's my goal that you'll be able to find all the information you need to make sense of your books and take your business to the next level. You need to be able to know your point of reference, and QuickBooks Online, when all the information is done correctly, can give you that point of reference so you can grow your business. So I hope to see you back again next week. And I hope you're also enjoying your vacation. If you're on vacation, summertime, have time with your kids as well as work. Work hard, play hard, right? Hopefully, everybody's doing that. And we're going to be back next week. And I hope to see you. And until next time, keep on smiling.